Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Em and today we're going to be checking out these acrylic paint markers. So these markers were sent to me from Arrtx, who is sponsoring today's video. Thank you so much, Arrtx. And when I first opened this, they were actually so new that they were like squeaking together, and that made me really excited to start. There's 60 different colors and they're super vibrant, and they come in this really nice box with like levels. It's like tiers of the different sets, and you can pull them all out, which is nice because you can like lay it flat in front of you while you're working. And when they are being stored, they're being stored in the proper position that these types of markers should be, which is like laying flat for this one. So that's great, and I love that. These ones have cute little clouds with happy faces on them. They have a really nice tip, so you just have to shake them a little bit before you start, which I already shook them all. And that's all you have to do. So let's get started. I made this sheet myself out of, this is like a acrylic paint board paper stuff. It's like meant for acrylic paint. I figured it would be good for the swatching. So I just put all the numbers there. It is useful to know just because today I really like using tone tan paper for stuff like this. I am gonna probably swatch them as well on this tone tan paper. It's a good idea just to, I have this swatch so you know, you can quickly know, and some people are really adept with paint markers, but what it looks like on this color is gonna be very different from what it shows up like this, just because of the nature of them. They're not transparent, and it's just because the tone background is gonna make them look a lot lighter. Same with black paper. Everything's going to look a lot lighter on black paper, and on this they're going to be appearing darker, and that's just a trick of the old eyes. Okay, so here are all of these swatches. Here are the swatches of all of the colors. As you can see on the white, very nice. Lots of options. That's probably my favorite, but there are some that are just really, I'm gonna see myself using more often, like that'll come in handy. This nice green, you know I love a nice green, and I like that orange too. So that's what it looks like on there. I just wanted to put the numbers so you can see what everything was. I hadn't done that before, so I find that's useful. And then I just did a quick one on the tan paper, just so you can see the difference. Let me show an example of kind of, see that's 205 and that's 205. So it's so much different on the tan paper, and it just really helps to have a little swatch, but you can always just put a piece of the paper beside you while you're doing it. But I just wanted to show, like, they look really cool on this. Like, I love this look. I think the pastels really pop and the dark colors look really saturated. I just think that the tan paper, I'm jazzed to use that. And I wanted to do something else that I thought would be really fun and festive. I'm gonna paint this little Christmas decoration. How cute is that? I want to paint a little tree. I just want to show you that how it works on wood, and I was just honestly jazzed to paint this little tree. And I want to put a little guy in the back hiding behind the tree. I think that would be fun. The ink feels a bit different in the way that it's more liquidy and feels like more blendy. More blending ability is what I would guess, and I like that. This is kind of more up my alley. This is like, if I was to make an improvement on the old ones, that's what I would have said. I don't even know if that's just in my head, but I think the nature of these types, these markers, instead of the other ones that aren't like this, you don't have to shake them. These ones you do have to shake. So I think that it is more liquidy. Sorry, I just thought about that. Anyways, let me get the paper out. Let's start sketching. I think what I should actually probably do first is just do a coat of a nice green on this guy. And I kind of want to use this color. Normally I would use this one. I don't know. I like this one actually, 566. I always try to use I'm like, maybe I should use a cool toned color, but then I never do because I just love these. So I'm just gonna coat this. Okay, here we go. I think I picked the right color because this seems like the perfect Christmas tree ornament color. So at least the first coat is on there. So now when I go to actually do the interesting part, the painting on it, it'll be ready. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly sketch. I really wanna do this little pot. What a surprise. I'll put the reference image on the screen, but I'm sort of using it really loosely because I want to make it more ovally. I really just want to have fun using the markers, to be honest. So I'm just kind of going for more of a fun vibe. I want to just have fun. I'm not going to worry too much about the reference besides for color. So I think of these markers like this, kind of like gouache. I don't know why. It's like acrylic paint. It's quite literally there in the name, but you can mix them with water, and I will, before I start, get a little dish with some water and a paintbrush in it because I like to sometimes just to mix the two colors together. It's nice to have something handy for that if you're doing, depending on what you're doing. And I'm just gonna do like a nice little sketch page here. I kind of want to do an acorn. I've been thinking about an acorn. Always think about acorns in November. That's something about me. And maybe like a little fish or something here, something up here. So we'll see. But basically just want to have like a fun chill time sketching. And I want this to be a bit more cartoony like that. Because I'm using just pencil, it's super easy to erase. I'm going to go over this with a kneadable eraser and you really won't see it after. All right, debating if I should kind of indicate this big, yeah, sure, why not? The big reflection in there, just to make it easier on my own self. It doesn't really matter though, because marker's gonna cover up most of the stuff. You can always go on top too. Okay, so just so we know, I guess. So I'm gonna take my kneadable eraser. Oh, let me look at this. Keep that close by. I guess I'm trying to think if I should do the lighter parts first. 105. Oh shoot, I forgot to get the water. That's okay, I'll get it in a sec. It's not that important right now. You can work whatever way you want with these, but it's probably better to not put something super dark right there. And I'm leaving the lightest parts out for now. It's just unnecessary. But sometimes I'm like, I'd like to have a little bit of an underpainting of a brighter yellow in there, so that's what I'm just thinking about. Oh, I can tell I'm gonna get messy because I'm always doing that, putting my hands in. Okay, and that part's really light. Let's get this super light color out then. I don't particularly care that much about going super fast, but like I said, if I want to blend it, I'm gonna worry about that later. I really just want to get the colors that I'm seeing down in the sketch phase right now. Oh yeah, this part's really light right there. Okay, now I've got that, I'm gonna go get my water. Okay, so the types of brushes I'm using are just these two flat ones. And I got 2 little cups of water. I don't envision that I'm gonna have to use a lot. This isn't really watercolor paper. It's kind of just like mixed media. So I'm gonna try to, you know, chill, not be super hard on it. So that's the kind of thing. And then just take a wet brush and do that. Can't touch it too much, and make sure you wipe the brush off after because it is acrylic and it's, wouldn't want it to mess up your brush if it dries. Let's get 650 just to do the start of this shadow, but I think, okay, I'm just gonna chill out a bit actually. I'm starting to get too worked up about this here. I'm like, oh, I want it to be perfect right away. No, just, it's a sketch, it's fun. Okay, I guess on these it's basically brown, and this is basically like this. I'm just thinking about the big shapes. What's so great is that you can just literally keep going on top. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, so what should I use for that middle color? Should I go back with the yellow? I don't feel that I should. I think I should use something a little darker like this. It's so fun to use the brush. I'm trying to think of like, do I have a better brush to use, but I don't think so. I think the flat one works perfectly for this scenario. But that is what I like. I love to use the flat brushes. This is a nice bright orange here. Love this. Just want to try and bring some higher saturation into the the areas that have shadows around them, I guess. If it doesn't work, I can reverse course. Not much water on the brush. I'm gonna go back. And by the way, you don't have to like make it blendy. That's just what I like to do. Just not gonna try and touch that part for now. And we'll go into this area and start doing stuff here. It's fun to be able to let go of the reference too. I should do it more often, just like settle down a bit about that. Even though I do, and I don't make stuff look exactly like the reference ever because I can't. But this kind of thing is like, I don't know if graphic is the right word that I'm supposed to be using, but that's what the word that comes to mind. More like you can do the impression of it, you know? Okay, stay away from there, but chill. And I also really like that, so I'm happy I did it. So I guess I'm not staying away. That's so interesting. We'll just go like that for now. And the edge of this is so fun, by the way. I'm having fun. I try not to put a lot of water on the brush. It doesn't need a lot. It's not like watercolor or anything. It's just a bit to get it moving and just push it, just like spread it out a bit, you know? That's way too much water. Taking a bit of this reddish color, 288, yeah. Yep. Oh, this is the orange. This is the one I should have been using, I think. Is this dry now? I'm so impatient. I'm so impatient when it comes to waiting for stuff to dry. I hate it. Another thing is I'm not going to touch the white right now. I'm going to save that for the end. What color is this? Sure. Now I feel like this is so separated. And with anything that's acrylic, of course, once it dries, it's permanent. So I'm now just going to probably let this dry. kind of blend that out a bit. That right there is way too full of. Chill on that a bit. I like this color yellow here. This is nice. Oh yeah, and I need to fix what's happening up here too, but that's okay. That comes with a little bit of time. So let's get a bit more of a greenish look. Is this the green? Yeah, this is the exact green I'm looking for. Green and things that are gold go really well together in the way that they make them look. Okay, I don't really know actually how to explain it at all, but I just know that they go well together, okay? Brings out the gold, makes it look more goldy. I know that this probably is like a brass pot or something, but you know what I mean, that shade, the shades of gold. So just going to do a little layer of that. And it looks lighter when I do that, but it's just because the water's touching the paint, marker paint, and it'll, once it dries, it'll dry back down to the correct way we want. I got a bit of something here, and I'm really pushing it with this edge, with this paper, by the way. I should be chilling on the wetting it so much. This feels very orange down here. I might need something a little darker though. And is there anything orange here? Yeah, right there. And I already had put it. Yeah, see how much doing that green helps? I should have done that from the start. I forgot about the green thing. How doing green helps. Don't worry about that area. That's what's making it look weird, but I'm gonna fix that when the time comes. It's not time to layer that yet. It's not time to worry about those types of things. Try to pop a bit of the green in here. Yes, this is so much fun. I'm gonna try to keep it a little lighter. Like I almost don't wanna do as much blending as I'm doing, even though the blending is super fun, but I do get carried away. And when I do color pencils, it's all about blending it. So you know that I love that, but it's kind of fun to keep it more, not sure what the word I'm looking for is. Just blocks of color. That's not what I'm trying to say, but that's the only way I know how to explain that. And what's fun about using markers like this is that you don't really have to worry about picking colors because you only have so many in the area that you need. So it's like, okay, well, if you need like a cool toned yellow, then this is the one you're using. So you don't really have to worry too much about picking colors. Like I was just like, let me just pick the closest green I have to the color that I see. And then I'm good. Okay, I guess I'll just do this a bit. I can't help myself, I gotta blend. I'm trying not to though. Okay, let's actually for real let this dry. Okay, nope, can't stop touching it. I'm gonna do this. Gonna do that, gonna go like that. This is a nice cool tone yellow for what I'm trying to do here. Just got myself a little towel and I'm still kind of waiting for it to dry, but I just can't seem to stop myself. Okay, now I just did some more blending there with like that red color I was using earlier. And then what I'm going to do is work on the top, because now that I've got the whatever I'm going to leave as the blending, I'm going to start to work on where the light parts are, the highlights, and sort of, you know, because obviously this is like too dark up here, but you need to get sometimes, well, with whatever I'm doing. Okay, so I'll let this dry again. Just so you can see closer to up here, I've got that green in a lot of spots. I'm gonna try to continue the green there. Really just wanna get this nice shine to be super nice and blendy and get the two other parts to be just sort of looking, you know, the two other parts, I mean this part and this part, secondary shiny bits. I'm gonna mix these three on the paper. And kind of the same thing is occurring right here. I hope this isn't a big mistake to do this. If you do this type of technique, you'll get a feel for how much water you got to use. Just depends on like how wet the paper is underneath and stuff and what you're trying to achieve. I can't really say exactly how to do that, you know. But I do know if you're like, ooh, that looks light, because I did just put a color there, just wait for it to dry. It's just because the paint mixing with water makes it look like that. So don't worry, just trust that it'll come out the way that they look on your swatch. I don't know if this is the right move, but I took a bit of a darker, higher saturated yellow and just popped it in. I'm gonna layer on top the lighter colors. We'll see how that works. Some of the highlights aren't as bright, and that's the tricky thing with doing stuff like this, like pots and shiny stuff. There's a lot of green here in this area right here. This is the last little bits here. Just blend that out. So fun. I thoroughly enjoyed doing that just now. That made it all worth it. Actually, I've been having fun this whole time, but see how shaky my hand is? It's just when there's no other support, sometimes the angle you gotta get is just... But the first one, you're always gonna be a little, you know, you're not used to holding stuff in a certain way. So there's like a wrapped sort of leather handle here. So I'm just trying to show that shininess there. Oh my God, I had so much fun doing that. I want to do it again really badly. Okay, cool. Can't do it too much. I'm going nuts on the thing, right? Bit here. I'm not really using the right color for that, but at some point you gotta, I don't want to introduce too many different colors either. Where is it? This. I'll take that. That is the perfect goldy yellow, and I'm gonna mix it on the paper with this same highlight color I've been using. And I'd love to just keep that going right here actually too, because it isn't as bright of a white highlight. And I'd like to reduce the amount of white highlights I'm doing. So I'm just gonna go over here with that same color that I still have on my brush. Yeah, I'm doing it in a chaotic way, sorry. So we have that. Now let's try the white. Why not? And just have it through the center, but also through this little part here. I just want to cut something through the middle of this sort of dark line, even if it's not really in the reference. Take a bit of a creative liberty there because I don't really like it. It looks cool in the reference. Not so much when I did it. I think it's a bit much, but I might just be looking at it for too long, whatever. It doesn't really matter, like I'm not upset or anything. Yeah, so why don't I actually as well, just to make a difference between the white, this is very light here in the reference, but I want to make a difference and make that white up here pop. So I'm just going to kind of bring that down a little bit by adding a bit more color in here, and that's also going to reduce the severity of that dark line going through it, the shadow. I'm getting way too into this whole thing here, but like I should be chilling and just having fun doing the but it's always good to learn, you know? All right, let's quit messing around. Let's put something right here. Okay, so I'm gonna do this fish right here. Same thing, I'm not gonna go too crazy about the reference. Because of how much like we're gonna be doing with the markers, it's not a huge deal. I'm just trying to get the general gist of it. Now I'm going to take away the parts aren't really gonna help me. And now I'm gonna go over lightly with my eraser, especially right there. Okay, so we can like barely see it. So what should we start with? I like this color. Is this 503? Excellent. Yeah, with these markers, you can tell it's more, they're lighter. Not lighter. I don't know what the word is I can use to explain. More liquidy. They're more liquidy feeling, which is really good. For me, I love this color, 503. Obviously, that's like right up my alley. Really like this one too. So I'm gonna go over the whole top with this. I wanna keep the ones that I'm trying to be using close by to me. I love this color too. Right now I'm kind of just doing a base layer, I guess, is the best way to explain it. Just trying to find sort of the most accurate colors I can and putting them generally where I see that they are in the picture. Let's actually do this whole bottom part like this. I can go over top, but because we're working with like a lighter thing, I feel like this is okay to do. I don't know why it wouldn't be okay. But I love how the first layer is like a wash. That's kind of how I want to say it. And yeah, again, I don't want to use a white right off the bat, even though it looks like there's like a lot of white in there. I'm going to use this pinky color in place of the white for now, so that after I can come back and put some nice pops of white. That's going to really make it pop. Okay. Can already tell this is going to be more of an impressionistic fish. Not a bad thing, but it's what I can tell. Wonder if this big brush is still going to be good for this, or if I need to switch to the smaller one. I think I do. I don't really want to. I like the big brush, but don't think I have much choice in the matter. Just blending whatever's wet. Yeah, I guess it's fun to do kind of a different style as well, right? I will use black on the eye for sure. Maybe I should do that now. Trying to be steady as possible. This is a cool color. Maybe I should pop this in somewhere. Need to find another dark. Like I'm having a great time right now. I love how this area looks because of the blendiness. So let's kind of do something like that over there, up here. Just this, and then it blends with this. And hopefully once I wipe this away, we'll be able to see some of that orangey, pinky stuff I put under there. Because yeah, I'll put the reference on the screen and it's just not doing anybody any favors to, doesn't like really help to identify every single little piece. So I kind of do fish like little dots. Or like, this is the first fish I'm ever doing like this and I'm doing it like little dots. And then it gets kind of more dark as we go up here, I guess. I'm getting a bit too much, but oh, I just love the little dots. I love them actually. I don't want that much, but I'll just like touch it with my brush. There. Okay, so that looks kind of cool. Because it was already wet, it's sort of blending anyways. This warm gray is gonna be perfect. And I'll actually put this at the bottom too. Actually, I'm really happy I have an excuse to use this color that I really liked. Yeah, I should have done a little bit more washy down here, I think. A little bit more of a wash situation than go full on. So I'm just gonna try to correct that right now. Which I guess is easy as that. That wasn't hard at all to fix. So I am going to get the white now and just dab it into some of the parts. Just mixing the white in with that. See, it's a little bright, but oh my god, this is so fun. So this is super important, this little shininess around the eye. I just want to sort of blend these to make... Fish are so weird. It's so weird how they look. Sorry anyone who's a fish out there. Sorry. I don't know if I said this with the teapot, but anything that's shiny just needs a lot of contrast and then you'll get the effect that you're looking for. Don't be afraid to go for the darker color. That's what I've sort of come to that conclusion. Just want to define around the eye a little bit there. And I just use this brush to blend out the edges. And push the paint around. Okay, so now I'm just adding some like tiny little bits of this dark color. I don't want to do too much to be like overwhelming, but I also see some shadowy parts that I'd like to bring out. So I am in fact using little dots for that. Yeah, right here. And I'm gonna soften them up in certain spots. So especially once you get a layer going on here, a layer that is dried and kind of, you know, more into the paper, and the paper isn't super wet. I didn't really get to that stage with the teapot because I just kept wetting it without waiting. If you can do that, you can really push the paint around on top of it, which is fun. Oh, I should probably use this color. This kind of seems like my Christmas tree color I was using. And then on top, I'm taking my like lightest white color. Just trying to replicate the reflections, that's all. I'm just messing around now. Let's look from far away. Okay. I am seeing a touch of darkness along this. Oops, don't touch it. It kind of blends into the fishes. The white part there, I don't know. I think I might be going a bit overboard here. But I am having quite a bit of fun doing it, so that's okay, I guess. I am gonna take white. So, and then I'm just putting white in some of the, as like dots in some of the reflections. I need my lightest yellow to go through there. Okay. Okay, so now I'm kind of going around the edges lightly. Just because the gray that I used is really close in value to the paper. So I'm kind of just trying to separate it by lightening that up a little bit. Oh, you know what else I kind of noticed is that it's pretty dark under here. Didn't see that too much before. There's a lot going on with a fish. So I'm just gonna let this dry, but this is what it looks like. I think it looks pretty cool. Was able to get a lot of detail in with just those, the tips of those markers, really. Did a little blending with this brush, this type of brush, still flat. And so I'm just gonna let this dry right off, and then I'm gonna erase around here, and then I think we have space for like maybe a little acorn. Okay. Now just went over top, no problemo. And that's our fish and our pot. I'm just loving the pot. I think the fish I just did quick, but I like the edges of here. So I think it turned out pretty good for a nice little sketch. This is what my warm-up kind of sketches look like. This was the pot at first, and I actually liked the shape of it. And I just like the idea of loose sketching with these markers because it's so fun. And I wish I would have made the pot more cartoony, but that's okay. And I did a little apple there and whatever. Just when I was just trying them out, I'll quickly just do a little acorn because I'd love to just get a little acorn in. I want to think about how I want to do the back of the tree ornament before I start it. Yeah, these just soak right into the paper. It's definitely different from the last ones I tried. And one thing I'll tell you about these markers, like drawing on the wood and things like that, my daughter and I, when we do crafts and stuff, we always use these markers. Not these exact ones. Like I said, the older version, I just got these new ones. And the tips, you don't have to worry about the tips. I'll tell you that one for free because she is smashing those things into whatever she's doing. And it's always fine. The tip always seems fine after. Should I do this color as a top? Yes, I should. Sure, why not? Anyways, we love using them for stuff like that. We draw on all kinds of things. We really like getting those little houses. And like, we do a lot of little wooden projects. So I can just speak to, I'm not worried about the tips getting worn down or anything because I just know they're pretty tough based on personal experience. Whoa, not blue. I will take this green out. I knew this green, I think I even said it at the start. I knew this green was going to be my fave. I knew it was just going to come in handy. This is the kind of color that just, it works for so many things, you know? This one I do want to do in a little bit more of a fun, illustrative kind of way. There is a lot of red in it. I'm trying to do like light sketching kind of thing. See what happens if I do that. If I just go nuts on it. Ooh, I can use my big brush again. It's going to be fun to do some light reflections here. But first I just want to get the proper levels of darkness in. So basically my point is we're going to be doing a lot of those little wooden ornaments. I got a bunch when I went to the store. Not a bunch, but like 6, I think. What's this color? Is this what I used for this? I don't think it was. Whoops. Oh well, it blended it more. And I'm also kind of wondering if I should just get a little more adventurous with the colors and maybe do a purpley or something. Let's try. This is a purpley pinky kind of color. And right in this section, might be a bit early to be doing this. There was a really nice, yeah, this color. A nice blue. And I'm just like dragging it through. I guess I'll take that same bluish and I'll go here. Kind of similar to the scales on the fish, isn't it? With these little, I don't know, scales of the acorn. What are those things called? So now I'm just working on up here. I'm not really sure how I want to express those little scales, but I know that I don't want to go into too much crazy detail about this, and I want to keep it more, I want to try and keep this one more cartoony. So I let that dry a little bit more, what's underneath. It's still kind of damp. Just seems to be a sort of blue light coming over here, and then maybe a bit warmer there. I'm making it up. I see a lot of green there. Ooh, let's use my favorite green. Okay. This may have been a bit much, but this is the right green, I believe. It's the closest thing I have. It looks cool. I guess green because it's like a little seed. So I'm just going to take my brush after I did all that and pull it down and through it there. Just to kind of blend it. And I think that's probably good. There's got to be something, which there is. I'm just getting them all mixed up because I have like a billion colors out here. Just because I'm working with the tone tan paper, I gotta, again, I did a similar color too. Actually, the fish in this one would have probably really popped if they weren't on the tan. But I think it looks nice either way. Like, it's fun either way. It's just, this could have gotten some really saturated color out of it. Just wanted to show the edge there because of the color of the paper. While I wait for that to dry, I'm just gonna do some little swatchy guys right here for each one. Just because I feel like something needs to be here, so I'm gonna kind of try to fill the space with random stuff. Orange, it should be orange, come on. And then what colors should I do for the fish? Well, this one was integral. This one, I guess, this one too. I don't even think that one's in it. I think, oops. Whoops, it was actually this one. Maybe I'll go, oh yeah, and this color's in it too, actually. I need one more. Should I do white? Dare I? No, you know what? I'll do this gray, because this gray was a pretty big part of it. Pretty big part of that fish too. Now let's do one for the acorn, which, oh, I guess I'll put it right here. Was this one? I'm just messing around. It's so fun to do experiments. And this is the color I used for it. Aw, yay. So I'm gonna do another little coating on this guy, make sure it's nice and covered. I just wanna have some nice decorations. And then a little guy, sneaky little guy. And I'm obviously not gonna use the tip really for this part. Like I said, it's really tough, but why would you? You can cover more area if you go like that. And because the ink is thinner, it's like soaking into the wood really easily. There we go. It looks so cute. It's like a little toy. I love that. I think that shade of green is perfect for that. That took not long at all to dry. So, what should I do? 120. Ooh, I'm kind of nervous. Actually, I don't want this color. I want a pink color. Okay. Like I said about my hands, not super steady with this. So that's great. So I'm going to try to find a way that I can do this that isn't going to mess it up. And I want to make it one of those cool little, sort of that you know it's painted. I'm not going to put like decorations like little balls on it for this particular one. Cute. I love green and pink. I don't usually do stuff like this, but it's really fun and relaxing. Like if you're having like a night with your friends, you can, for Christmas, you can do this as like an activity or just to relax, whatever you want. I can also fix anything up with the green after. So like sometimes I touched them, but that's okay. So my and my sister's, one of our fave Christmas movies ever is Krampus. We love it. Oh my God, this is hard to hold. So anyways, yeah, what's your favorite Christmas movie? I love Krampus so much. But a movie's a movie, and especially a Christmas movie. I think Home Alone is probably, to me, like a treasure, you know? It's a real treasure. That one is way too wide, so I'm gonna fix this up. I just went over the bottom with the green again because that was really bothering me. I really could sit down and do something like this for hours watching movies. This is like, I know I don't usually show stuff like this. It's usually just art on paper, but I just thought it would be fun to show that you can do a cool craft. Okay, I'm just going through with the green because it's supposed to look hand painted. That's part of the fun, you know? So, okay, here we go. I'm gonna paint the bottom too. I could also put little mice on it. I just thought about that. I'm just trying to think of something that's gonna like work really well with the idea. Anyways, there's a lot of them. Okay, so it's the next day and this is how far I got. I did these lovely little things. I like them. Anyways, so now I'm gonna take this really nice bright red and I'm gonna just put some dots. I really like pink and red, especially for something like this. So I'm gonna put little dots here. And I'm going to work on that. And then I'm not sure what else I'm going to do after that. But they're covering really well on top of the green. Like I'm having really no problem at all. The dots are way easier than these little things I did before. Those were tough to get right. I went over top with the green a little bit in some places where I made a mistake. Cute! I think they look so cute, but I'm trying to think about what else can I put up here. And I'm kind of thinking maybe like a nice light green or like a minty color. Let me see here. I think 513 is perfect. This color. And I'm just gonna maybe do some more stuff. Oh, I'm so nervous. Well, that doesn't look very good. My bad. I am going to just go right over top with that with the green. I definitely want to have some of the like a different green in there. Maybe I'll just do one of these kinds of things. Yeah, maybe I'll just go around and do like that. And then I can put some more dots somewhere of something else. Yeah, I'm pretty surprised about the coverage because it's really covering no problem. I'm like, I won't even have to do 2 coats of it. And it's a light color too, so pretty impressed by that. I'm thinking a lot about, remember how I said I was going to do maybe some mice? Because a little mouse is really just, well, essentially kind of the same shape I'm doing right here. But just add a little tail and some ears, you know? But yeah, if you're looking for like a really fun Christmas craft to do, this is so fun. My little bestie saw what I was doing after, and she was like, I'm gonna need to do that as well. I'm gonna need to do that immediately as well. So then we started doing some more. She made a small gnome. She's only 3, and frankly, she's an artist. What I used to do before in my apartment, I would paint the windows. I want to do that again this year. I would paint the windows with white and do like Christmas decoration, and I would put it on another piece of paper and then tape it on the other side of the window and then go over it. That's really fun too. Yeah, so I guess I would say that these markers are great. The ink is very flowy. They're not like splattering. You don't really have to do anything besides give them a little shake, and I didn't even really do that, to be honest. I shook them all up a bit. They were pretty much ready to go. I didn't shake them very much. And I would say that the color is pretty much just what the color of the cap is. I haven't found one where I'm like, that's not the color. Like it's all accurate to the tops. But I still make a swatch sheet because like I said at the start, it's better to make it on the paper that you want just because of like your eyes can trick you based on the paper and they can appear lighter on darker paper just because of that's how opaque colors and stuff work in your eyes and stuff. It's like your eyes are tricking. So you want to make sure that you get the right, like how it's going to appear, and you can pick the right colors based on that. Is a lot easier than just looking at the tops, even though the tops are the accurate color. Or maybe that's just a problem that I have and you're fine. I know some people also do a thing where they take these which I'd like to try. They take these kinds of markers and they draw in the bottom of a pan of watercolor or something palette, and then you just add a bit of water right away and you can use it like a little watercolor. Oh, I guess I'll fix that one and then I'll pick a color for my mouse. Ooh, I feel like I did a good job there. Okay, I took this color 575, which was the one I was looking at, and I did a little dot there and I like that. So I think I'm just gonna go and do some cute little dots. Just wanted to add some more up here kind of thing. Sometimes it's nice to have more color, so I wanted to try. Yeah, it looks really cute. Okay, so I'll do that, then we'll do the mouse. Okay, I think this is the perfect amount. I know it's not perfect because my hands are not very steady, but I think it looks hand painted and I like that. And one thing that I decided for sure is that I want to definitely do a little mouse on the bottom. That's going to be non-negotiable. So let's work on that. So this is my first attempt at a little mouse on here. And I really like this gray color. It's a nice warm gray. Do a little ear like this. Maybe another ear like that. I don't know. Okay, that's all we really need. Can you see? Maybe I should make the ears bigger. People will know. Okay. Oh, I can't put it down. I'll put it down like this. I really like that. So it's like there's like a little secret mouse on the bottom. I don't know about the ears. Maybe I just want one ear. How's one ear? Okay, so I'll let this dry, and I'm kind of wondering, do we put another mouse somewhere else climbing up, or should the secret mouse be it? Because I kind of just really like it like that. And I should probably write like 2025. No. Yeah? I don't know. I just pulled this out. I've been spinning it around so much. Oops. Well, honestly, I wish I would have known that before because that thing's been annoying me the entire time. I wish I could have taken that out from the start. Okay, no worries. I just put it back in. Okay, we're good. I think I'm just going to leave it like this for now, and I'll notify you if I change anything because I just really like it. And I don't want to overcomplicate anything in this because it's so small, but I do have a baby little mouse under there. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope I can give you some ideas. Just like keep it simple with designs when you're doing stuff like that, I think, and do nice contrasty colors. That's all. Okay, well, here is our swatch sheet once again. I'm just really proud of this because it was a lot of work to do all the numbers. Realistically, I didn't need to put a T in front of anything because there's a T in front of all of them, but I wanted it to look professional. So here is the finished result of our sketch page. Kind of went a little impressionist with these two, just kind of having fun, sketchy. And then this one, I really, really like how this turned out. It was so much fun. It was really fun to add water to the markers and move the paint around a little bit and get that going. I enjoyed that thoroughly, and that green color came in handy. And this is my little decoration. I'm so happy with it. I love it so much. I hope you enjoyed watching this and had fun. I know I don't normally do stuff like that, but for me, that's like a really good time. So thank you for joining me. And I'll see you next week. Okay, bye.